Hi friends, it's Ryan Reed from Reed Law Group. Healthy at home initiatives during the ongoing COVID-19 pandemic are something we've all become very familiar with by now. As a lawyer practicing in family courts, areas like divorce and child custody, I noticed in the first couple of weeks of the so-called quarantine that social media had its own take on a couple of areas of interest to me. For example, plenty of memes like these out there about how divorce lawyers may already be thinking they'll be more popular than usual after some spouses are forced to stay at home together for so long. Fans of the great TV show The Office will probably like this one best. If you're wondering what might be the final straw that pushes some spouses over the edge, I thought this meme about the sound of a husband blinking was a pretty funny one. Certainly humor helps us get through difficult times, to be sure, but there probably is some kernel of truth behind these observations. And many lawyers who practice in the family courts, like I do and those I talk to, expect a big uptick in divorce filings once offices and courts open and return to normal schedules. Whether it's loud eye blinking or something that trivial, or something more real, something more serious, there are certainly spouses out there who have realized during these past few weeks that the things they were already tired of putting up with have now become things they are not willing to live with any further. If things for you or your marriage have reached a tipping point during this pandemic and you're looking for some concrete steps to take now while waiting for things to reopen, here are a few things I think you can be doing right now. First of all, you can use this time to get financial documents together and organized. You may already be cleaning up the house or reorganizing things around your office or home office anyway. While you're at it, take the time to gather things like tax returns, bank statements, 401k statements, and also credit card statements, outstanding medical bills, that sort of thing. Make separate digital scans of these if you can, or hard copies if you have to, and then you'll have them ready when the time comes to present your picture of your finances to your attorney. Number two, take time to conduct some research about your options in divorce. Knowing what your options are for solving the legal issues in your divorce will help you choose the right path when the time comes to start moving forward. Now, we all know about the traditional model of both sides fighting divorce battles through the court process. We've seen that in TV shows, we've seen it in movies. Some of us surely have friends or family members who have been dragged through those kinds of cases. But that's an expensive and for most people downright unappealing option. The good news is it does not have to be that way, of course. There are other options to that model, and those options have the added benefit of letting you get started and maybe even finished now without waiting for courts to reopen and get back on schedule. So spend some time reading, for example, about what's called collaborative divorce. It's a respectful and solution-focused model for resolving divorce and custody issues on a more efficient timeline and usually at a reduced expense compared to traditional litigation. Look at options for exploring mediation with a trained family law mediator. While it normally works better if both sides have an attorney, mediation is a process that could be even undertaken before either side is represented. It's also an attractive option because it keeps the spouses or the parents in charge of making the important decisions about the things that matter the most to them. The third thing you can do now is find a lawyer that's a good fit for your situation, a good fit for you, and a good fit for your goals. I recognize that it may be tricky to figure out how to talk with a lawyer while you're stuck at home with your spouse, and maybe it's not possible for everyone. But some of you may be spending some time in the car, whether it's back and forth to work or out running essential errands. You may be able to fit in at least a partial consultation during your time in the car. Plus, it has the added benefit of being quiet. No barking dogs or fussing kids to contend with while you're on the phone with your lawyer. Or you might be able to plan a walk through your neighborhood or some nearby woods. Probably a time you'd rather be enjoying the peace and quiet, but if your need is critical, it may also make sense to talk with your lawyer during that time away from the house. Either way, at least a handful of us are still working with certain adjustments in place, still holding phone and video consultations with clients or potential clients whose needs can't wait. And that includes my office, Reed Law Group. And if you want to schedule an initial consultation to discuss your situation and your options, you can call, click, or text us at the information on your screen. One last suggestion: make sure you're taking good care of your own physical and mental health during these difficult days. I don't know exactly what that may look like for you. We are all different. But it should include taking whatever time you can to be sure that your physical and emotional health needs are being addressed. so that you're in a strong and secure place, a confident place, to make the important decisions you may have to make about your marriage when our daily lives start returning to normal again. If we can be part of that decision-making process, I hope you'll let us know. And in the meantime, stay safe, stay healthy, and thanks for listening.